Deciding game time, ESL One Genting Grand Finals for the European qualifiers. OG versus Virtus.Pro, game number 5. We tried this once before, we'll try it now once again. OG versus Virtus.Pro. OG chose Dire, VP chose a second pick, not first pick. And that is the reason why we had ourselves a reload. And say welcome back again, Nox. Our final game of the night. Who's got it? You said OG before.
Yeah, I can't change. I'm not a flip-flopper. I'm gonna stick with OG.
You're not a flip-flop? You're not what Australians call a thong?
I'm definitely not in a thong by whatever anyone calls a thong. Yeah, I think OG's just got too much momentum here. And
it does seem like it. When you take 2 games in under 25 minutes each, like, you're gonna be feeling good.
Yeah, and like we said, there were a lot of good ways to deal with the tier in the early stage. They dealt with the tier in the early stage, and somehow OG still came back.
5 seconds remaining.
I think it's troubling, yeah. Virtus.Pro banning out the Nagasone, which is so effective. OG don't want to see any draw strats come out of VP. VP be known to pick it up when they're pushed against the wall. So
my other question mark, though, is going to be on the Darkseer. I got a funny feeling this is the reason why VP wanted second pick. They're just going to go full-ass team fight into this one. The Darkseer's Ven, and whatever else you can. The other toss-up is, what do we actually get from S4? Do we go 5 for 5? Do we get 5 Bat Riders? Do they first pick a Bat Rider?
yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised by that, but yeah, second pick is very unusual.
There goes the
in all of Dream League, we have never seen, like, I keep the stats on the Dream League picks bands, and it's like the most recent online event, and none of the teams have gone for second pick. Always first pick, or Radiant, or Dire, and then in that order.
10 seconds.
Wow.
So there's definitely
VP breaking the mold.
It's definitely a pocket strat coming out. I think VP almost always took first pick. Yep, Bat Rider, here we go.
5 for 5, boys and girls. 5 for 5. S4.
Yeah, and 6 in the last 7 games in this tournament.
God, S4, huge hero pool.
Yeah, he's literally played Bat Rider.
10 seconds remaining.
What? Bat Rider 6 times. Oh no, it's actually 6 out of 6. It's 5 out of 7. Sorry.
I'm looking this crap up. Like, I actually want to see.
Reserve time.
He's got it. He's got it the 5 times now. You just trying to count like nothing but official games?
Yeah. And he played Clockwork twice. That's all he's really played. Clockwork and Bat Rider. That's the story.
Yeah.
Slider, Ogre, Magi. Okay, so we got a Lil and a Solar Hero, or a Lil or Solar Hero and a Pasha Hero if the Slider's in the offlane.
Not exactly the combination I was expecting VP to go for. It's definitely stable. No doubt about that.
It also puts a question mark around something like a Sven, you know, having 3 melees. Not unheard of, not bad, but just, you know, one more beyond that and you're reaching a MVP level.
Reserve time.
Hey, MVP find ways to win.
Found ways to.
Alright, so OG, second pickup. Yeah. I wonder if they take care of their support now, or if they look more towards their core. One of the heroes which didn't find their way into the ban pool in the first phase, coming to mind is the OD.
And the Earth Spirit.
And the Earth Spirit, you are right.
I think that this is, if I were, like, I would always try to give Anna a favorable lane. Even though he does really well in unfavorable lanes, and with a lot of pressure, it just makes sense to give it later and give your support now either Jerax or Fly. It looks like Fly.
Yeah. This should be Flies.
The combination between Warlock and Bat Rider is so good.
All right, so Solo last time around he bans out the Earth Spirit in the second phase, and he's going to do exactly the same thing again.
Turn to ban.
When you said Solo, do you mean Ramses? I think Ramses is drafting.
Yeah, sorry, Ramses is doing the drafting. He's done the drafting all night.
Okay,
I just read the top name on the list, and realized my foobar.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I know that Solo likes the blue color. I always remember seeing him in blue.
I wonder if that's actually the only reason why he goes into that slot.
Yeah, I remember in Dota 1, Warcraft 3, people always said, no, we can't bring this guy on our player because we already have a teal player. Remember
you call them by colors. I think there's some casters out there that actually do that as well, where they call people by their colors as opposed to their heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
So there's the non-Pasha ban on on Doxia, it means that OG think that the Slardar is certainly in the hands of Lil, and Ogre Magi is in the hands of Solo, and Nan Pasha needs an offlane hero still.
They have no other reason to believe anything else. Like, the Slaughter we haven't seen as a 3-roll in this entire final, and I think only one game out of all the Slaughter games I've cast, which I mean, like, probably 50% of the games have had Slaughter in them. Only one of them has been a 3-position Slaughter from the European calls.
But Nan Pasha has played it, so
yeah,
that's what I'm just saying. It's like even if it's like a 20% chance,
you should think about it.
Yeah, you should consider it. Anyway, they banned the Doxia, and the Sven response from OG from Virtus.Pro. Yeah, could be a reasonable pick.
OG could just go into the Juggernaut too. Like, there's nothing that holds them out of that. Like, that was a bit of a problem for them. In fact, actually, it's VP who have the first pick coming into the second phase. So, more than likely, they will look towards the Jugger. I don't think it has much of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're definitely gonna look for the Jugger if it's not banned out by Fly. They did it in the last game. It's probably gonna happen this game too.
I mean, yeah, this game is essentially for $12,500. It's pretty massive for both of these teams.
Is that last place at ESL One Genting?
Yeah, I mean, that's the minimum amount they'll get. Last place.
Not too shabby. That's really not too shabby.
At ESL events, with the current format, I think that last place and like the last 2 places get the same as the teams that also get knocked out in 5th, 6th. So it's 12.5 each. It's a considerable chunk of money.
Rana is the ban now from OG, so worried about the mid laner.
Yeah, it's a no-win classic. No-win classic, and it combos up well with the roaming Ogre Magi.
I'm wondering if that means OG's looking for a heavier illusion lineup. Disruptor pickup. Oh.
Okay. So this means that it is going to be the offlane Nan Pasha Slaughter.
Yeah. Okay. So that 20% you're talking about kicks in.
Yeah. And it also means that the Doxia ban by OG was a bit unwarranted.
But there's no way they could have known about it, and it's better just to ban out the combo. VP would have probably gone with it if they didn't ban it.
I mean, OG know that the versatility of Slaughter, and they still banned out Doxia, which means that they respect the Doxia that much. Very powerful enabler.
You're still very happy if you're Virtus.Pro. Like, making the Slaughter offlane work is going to be the question mark we have around the lineup. But Disruptor and Ogre, it's bread and butter of Virtus.Pro, of all CIS teams at the moment, with the Disruptor specifically.
We could also see an Escape Gaming-esque 1-position Slaughter in the hands of Ramses. I haven't seen that I can recall, but Slaughter is a very, very versatile hero.
Right.
Here's that Juggernaut.
OG's happy to take it. We've literally got the warm color team versus the cold color team. Juggernaut, Warlock, that's a lot of sustain just from those two.
Yeah,
some good burst damage. There's no illusion-based heroes on Virtus.Pro at the moment. No Manta-style heroes, which is kind of the reason I'm thinking Slaughter is more of is actually the 3-roll and not just this 1-roll. Because they need something to soak up the Omni-Knight slashes.
Yeah, some sort of
the Omni slashes.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, 8th game in a row. Woo!
Yeah, I wonder if we see something a little bit unusual coming out of Virtus.Pro here. I know that Kaipi ran a Queen of Pain kind of recently. It was in elimination mode, but it worked so well. Unfortunately, I lost that game. It was like a very, very super long game against OG.
That would be so dangerous if it doesn't pay off.
Yeah.
If it does,
I'm just saying,
if it does pay off, it's kind of like the TA. Like, oh, this could be amazing. Like, but this isn't one of the games where you want a TA. The Batrider is going to crap all over the TA.
I'm just saying, you sometimes play like a long extended series against a team, and you kind of see the value in this like unusual pick. A hero we haven't actually seen feature at all today is Timbersaw.
True. But that's also because S4 refuses to play any other hero, the Batrider. I
mean, mid Anna could play it. It's strong against melee cores, and we've seen a huge amount of those today.
As the
Finally,
OG.
we see an OD. I think OG were basing this. Maybe we see something unusual here. Trying to think what could fit that kind of support role. Can deal with an OD.
Radiant team back.
Love it. Love it.
Yes.
It's actually really screwy for the OD as well. Self-imprisonment is now an enemy of himself. He doesn't actually have a really great setup unless Slana's rotating as well. So it's not like that old-fashioned, like, oh, I get OD because I imprison and then an arrow will connect. But the stay in the fight with Disruptor, Ogre, and Slaughter with the... Well, maybe not the Slaughter as much, but the Disruptor and Ogre is a lot better thanks to Essence Aura. The issue is going to be positioning. You need to have that Hurricane Pike on the OD. You need to get really good walls up because the Disruptor doesn't have like a Darkseer to work with. There's no like the Slaughter AoE stun. You've kind of got that, but OG's lineup naturally splits apart.
OG's turn to ban.
Yeah, and this is looking like a pretty stock standard game between these heroes. If you look at Virtus.Pro's most picked or banned heroes, like their top 10, all of them are picked or banned in this game by one of the sides. So it's
send us in the chat. I don't think he I don't think he got the escape pest style.
Oh yeah. Did he flame me?
Hi,
I
Cinderin.
didn't listen to what Cinderin says after the terrible music that he gave me. I'm still haunted by that. You
make it sound like a really bad version of Enya.
We had a party in his room at TI after they got eliminated, and which was pretty early on, right? And
okay. If you want all of Escape to fight you, go right ahead. Go on, continue your story.
And he didn't want to put on normal music, so he just sat at his computer and he typed in arbitrary letters and clicked on the first YouTube link in his history with those arbitrary letters in.
5 seconds remaining.
So we listened to like the worst assortment of Danish music. Oh my god, Alchemist.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm not pleased by this.
Why are you not pleased by this, Nox?
Alchemist games are always like pretty annoying to watch.
I don't see why.
5 seconds remaining.
This game actually looks kind of good for an Alchemist to play. There's not a lot of invasion to come out from the VP heroes. The rotations of Slaughter and OD are probably going to come late, and as we know with most Alchemists, they get 6 slotted practically by 25 minutes in. And the hero I was looking for in the previous game now slips through in the form of the Weaver because OG don't have great lockdown.
This is really unusual, by the way. Anna playing his first pro game on Alchemist. No-tail, like the other way around makes more sense if you just want to optimize for like most experience on both heroes. But they're trying something else out new here. And Alchemist
does he have any games in his pub games that like would list as an Alchemist?
Oh yeah, he's definitely played that. I mean, I don't really look at pub stats at all. But
you only want the competitive stats, and Anna's got nothing on Alchemist at all.
Yeah, at least on this account, maybe he's got like, because he was in China for so long, it's possible he played on like his spare accounts or something for one tournament, but none on his account that I've seen.
Okay.
Something I was looking at earlier. So Ramsey's Weaver, also not unexpected, but not one of the stock standard heroes for him. There's a lot of catch on the side of Odie. They got the Pudge Hook, they got initiation from the Batrider ulti.
Prepare for battle.
Man, Pasha was so quick. He did his TP, like we looked back over at OG, smoke up, instant walk out. Pasha's already planted his wards before the first one went down from Jirax. And he's putting it on the outside of the tree line, so he still wants to block the pull, but have good vision around. Shows himself to Ramses. I don't know if Ramses now thinking he's putting a more aggressive ward down. Ramses coming over, he feels fine. Like, Shikuchi is an amazing ability for him, and they brought everybody. This is actually the first time in this whole day of casting in 8 games where we've seen an aggressive posture from either team invading into the jungle. So the
They're trying to bait out Shikuchi.
Well, they managed to get it. S4's coming back in again. Shikuchi's on cooldown for 4 more seconds. Fly's going to move over. Starts to Shadow Word. It's the heal onto S4, however. It's not the aggression. Jirax moving back in again. Sticky Napalm over on Lil. Notel still waiting in the tree lines. They're trying to bait him all the way back. Ramses even has 4 sticky napalm charges. They put down the sentry wall so they can see him. Notel will walk over. Jirax still just freely rotting. The Shadow Word trying to repair the damage being done. The spin over. Solo's dropping down low. Jirax is still healing up. Now the OD imprisonment. The crush keeping the Alchemist under control. It's just Asprey. It's a 5-on-5 clusterfuck. Anna will finally go down. Ramsey Coochie's through. The Rot's not enough to slaughter. It's going to be 2 heroes going the way of Virtus.Pro. Ramsey, he's so low. Finally, the Juggernaut will bring him down. He'll run away to safety out of range of no one. S4 keeps sticking napalm up, and it's now the Shadow Word over on Pasha. I don't know if S4 can really help much more. He's going to salve up, thinking about coming back in again. Keep sticking napalm up. He can look to kill off Solo, and that's actually a very achievable objective. No one comes back over. Now he's got sticky napalm on him, but Ramses returns to the fight. So does Lil. All 5 heroes on the bottom lane. S4, bail, bail, bail if he can do it. Back to Roshan, back to the sweet grace of denial. S4, time to right, deny to Roshan. Welcome to your ESL One decider match.
And as the dust settles, the score is 3-2, as you would expect in a game of this magnitude.
Oh boy. To be honest, I actually didn't think OG was going to come out of that with any level of advantage.
It looked so horrible, and the control that VP has, they have the Astral Imprisonment right off the bat. It's such a strong spell to save someone or to, you know, set up. Spells by OG are like mostly not amazing at level 1. You only have enough mana to get 1 spin-off, unless you want to pop your mango.
I was actually waiting for like Fatal Bonds level 1 to arrive as opposed to Shadow Word, but they needed a Shadow Word to repair all the damage being done to Jirax.
Yeah. The Acid Spray did some good work though as well, and it was very lucky that Juggernaut would manage to hunt down the Weaver before he had 1 more Shikuchi.
So,
but yeah, the landing stage.
Yeah, we should probably get to that. It's a little bit tilted because of the early kills. There were 2 kills and no deaths that went the way of no one. It took a while to get back into the mid lane, and this is still an Alchemist who doesn't get the rune he wants. The bounty goes to Jirax, and the Arcane goes to Anna.
Yeah, Virtus.Pro like have such good. It's actually really annoying / misleading to look at some of their win rates on their heroes, because they've just had such a dominating last month or so. They're like at a 75-80% win rates in pro games. It's like, you know, you look at their hero and you say, oh, this hero's got 90% win rate. That's only 10%. That's only 10% above
Anna's
normal.
in trouble. No one in solo get past the acid spray. No one body blocking him up, and Anna, he is going to go down.
Yeah.
Leaves 1 last acid spray behind, which hilariously enough gets 3 last hits with the bonus agreed. So he's still making money.
Yeah, there wasn't a good opportunity for him to pop his salve. They just kept on hitting him. Some action bottom, S4.
Oh, they're actually going for him. He's in the trees. He's fireflying up. He needs to get rid of the bug. Chikuchiing up. Quick little sticky napalm, but S4 is going to go down. Ramses and Lil take a lot of damage for this kill.
Yeah, the bug's giving the great vision. You don't get messed around in the pod in terms of pathing.
They're going again in mid. Another stun, another ignite. There's a multicast available, buffing up no one. So Anna, he just can't survive this.
There will always be something worse.
And this is another unusual thing. So Solo plays such a great disruptor, and they've swapped it around again. Lil playing the disruptor this game, and Solo on the Ogre. The versatility of the supports on VP side is something that we're not really that familiar with in the Western scene. It's changed in more recent times, but you know, we always used to, for example, the old classics like.
Oh, S4 is trapped. They got glimpse. They're going to drag him straight back over again. The Weaver bugs get on him. Ramses does have high levels of sticky napalm on him, but it doesn't matter. S4, the quick salve. He gets up on the hill. He actually comes back to lend in another sticky napalm. The hook only hits the catapult. S4, he has to get back over the ridgeline. The attack with a Geminate! S4 pushes the envelope too much.
I mean, all according to plan. You know, he's just going to start off feeding and then make a massive sick comeback.
Yeah, some way you could say it. But now you got both S4 and to Anna, who have to make a comeback. They're both sitting at like almost the same CS, 9 and 7. And Anna's only getting that 9 up right now because he's left the middle lane. He's abandoned and left Jirax alone. And Jirax is not moving. He's just standing still. No one will now move forward. Remember, you've still got the imprisonment if they want to. And Jirax, a quick hook, but he's down. It looks like he was microing up the courier, trying to bring out a couple of raindrops. But I'm looking at a 4-0 OD. He's got half of the kills of VP, and we're only 5 minutes in.
I think, I mean, I don't think this Weaver pick threw them off, but it's definitely not the last pick that I would expect out of Virtus.Pro. And it's such a self-sustaining hero, and it's able to get off so much damage on this Batrider. So he's dying a huge amount in the spot lane.
Notel finally found Pasha. Solo is doing something about Ana. Ana just has to drop down the acid spray, and he's got support coming in. Warlock's TP'd in. Solo thinks he's got this kill. Jirax needs to rod him up and slow him down. There's your Shadow Word. So Solo, they want the last hit on Ana if he can get the bonus gold. Solo was walking down, actually, to get himself denied. Not gonna happen. Warlock takes the last hit. Ana will continue his farm. He's still got another small stack. Actually, a good stack for him, too. Whole bunch of status just to his south.
Yeah, like in the opening 6 minutes here, we've already had, what, 11 real deaths and 3 suicides, 4 suicides.
Nope. we need a suicide counter from now on.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
I think Lil is definitely on suicide watch.
That man in a white padded room. More stacks. More easy ogres as well. You got a 3-point grieving Ana. Solo, like, they're doing the right thing, VP. They're coming in. They have to contest these stacks.
Yeah.
Dire Observable is also watching this. With the imprisonment damage, they're gonna get through a lot of it, but there's also a huge amount of support rotating over. Thanks to the Observer Ward, which is freshly planted on the hill, which Fly's probably going to cotton onto it in just a bit. They're going to realize what's happening.
Notel needs to take this stack. He's got spin level 3.
Notel?
No.
It has to be Alchemist.
No, I thought if the Alchemist wasn't able to get in yet, Notel has to take it. It looks like they're coming back to contest now.
It's only Solo though. Right now Jirax is being initiated on, so he's probably going to die in the mid lane, try to rot himself to death. Not possible. Notel has Omni Slash. He started it. He wants Solo dead. So Omni into spin.
Yeah.
And that's an easy kill for the Juggernaut. Has to commit his ultimate, takes the stack, and allows Ana to really play catch up. And what's Ana's net worth at now? Just shy of 3,000.
Yeah, it's very close. It's just the OD who's about 500 ahead of everyone else.
It's kind of crap for OD, the fact that OG can do what they're doing. Like, they move 3 heroes into the jungle, leave Jirax in the mid, but he does minimal damage to a tier 1 tower because he's an OD.
Yeah, OD's not known as a pushing hero, and I think that's why they went for something like a Weaver, natural Desolator carry, able to pressure on the into towers. Hits him like a DDF truck.
So that's going to take some time before it's online, especially if he's building into a Lincoln Sphere, which up against
He might just be the
Batrider is gonna
casual.
do it.
I think it might be just a casual ring down. He'll decide how impactful the Batrider is. Speaking of which, going on solo here.
Hook. No need. Got him up. Imprison him up. And now Jirax is in trouble. That damage from no one is quite high. There's a quick rot. The Firefly was still down, so Ogre goes and drops his life. Notel actually also arrives at this lane. And he's going to get glimpsed in. Oh, he just stick charges. Gave him the mana for it as well. While Fly now battles against Pasha.
I mean, as you'd expect, OG making a little bit of space for Fly around the level 4 mark just to get up to his level 6. And normally it's like 1 item, Arcane Boots or Tranquil Boots as appropriate, and a Magic Stick normally.
Well, the dream for VP to get that early tower is realized, but it got denied up by No-Tail. So maybe that's not so realized.
Hey, Ramsey's keep on harping about this, but I think it's like so interesting that they put him on this hero. Not a like a standard hero for him at all. The Sven and the Lifesteal are signatures. I mean, he's only played this. He hasn't actually ever played this for Virtus.Pro. The last time he played this was when he was in Team Empire at the Manila Major. He played it against OG and they got pretty crushed. 21-minute defeat with the hero.
I don't think we're going to be having that. This game, even though like it says 10-5 in favor of Virtus.Pro, a lot of those kills came early on, and a lot of them started having diminishing returns. And we have to remember it's an Alchemist over on OG. Like Alchemist is now top of the net worth. He's been given space in this jungle because VP had to stop engaging. the more they're engaging, the more space they gave to S4 in the off lane. The more space they're giving to Fly in the safe lane.
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower
and
is
Jerks
under
isn't getting very much out the mid lane except for experience, and that's all he needs. All he cares about.
That smoke happened. I don't know if the... Okay, the Dire Observer just timed out, so I can't check if it actually saw it. But yeah, I think it did, considering S4 puts himself in a position where he would actually reveal the smoke. G-Rex on the run back with the glimpse. S4 is most definitely dead, and G-Rex is about to join him in the grave. Imprison him up.
He's a goner, and Fly can't do anything. He's got his level 6 in his arcanes, but he's not even gonna go join the fight.
Oh. They're all about farming. You kill off a Batrider, whoopity-doo-dah, it's now S4 dying 5 times out of the 12 kills of VP. Fine. Diminishing returns, eventually. And Anna just wants to keep farming. That's all he wants to do. He's finished up the armlet. Yes, he doesn't have concoction. Oh, where's that glimpse? Welcome back to the top lane. Ramses is here. They amplify him. Fly is now at negative 12 armor. Woo!
What a great play over there by Low.
And now he goes to bottom lane. Goes on the Juggernaut. Spin by Notel. He's out at the same time. The Observer Ward's watching Solo doing the D-warding. Jirex has a level 3 hook and he is just out of range of Solo for now. And S4 can't get close enough as well.
Ramsey's pushing the top lane, and this tower is gonna take a lot of pressure right now. OG are doing what, like, is trying to farm as much as they can. They're trying to race against the clock, because that clock is how many towers they have left. But they might try to defend this.
Well, they're moving for it, but the Observer Ward, which is blocking up the camp, is scouting their movement to the north. And Ramses is okay. He's got time lapse. Yeah, he doesn't have any wand charges at the moment. So unless he gets lassoed, which isn't going to happen because S4 doesn't have it leveled up, it's okay. Just runs away, and there it is. Fly found the ward. Kind of
Yeah, very important.
It's an interesting sentry placement that he did. It was far enough to the right that it saw the camp and a little bit of the hill, but it didn't see the hillside, as in like the big, the big mountain part.
You would expect to see it maybe like 3 or 4 centimeters to the left and up a bit.
Yeah. Just wondering why he put it there. He might have just been looking to get a little bit greedy to look at the ramp movement. You can see when Ramses comes up, Jirac.
There's also a common ward here.
Okay, yeah, true. Heavy TP's coming to the top lane. Little Solo. Parsha going to join up as well. Ramses, he's got the test. I'm not really worried about Ramses. I'd be more worried about this. Juggernaut couldn't spin. They got the wall up as well as the ulti in time. So Notal will now receive his second death of the game. While Ramses and no one, they move underneath the Observer and Sentry. That's no one in an Invis rune. Secondary Sentry's being planted. They really want this kill. Jirac. Oh no! The Flame Break pushed him too far away. The hook from Jirac doesn't connect. So Alchemist will just have to stun himself. And a couple of bumps in the road for OG.
It is a disaster.
It's my line.
Yeah, Ramsey's no boots, pretty close to his Lincoln Sphere. Timing is going to be excellent on it. And yeah, this game is looking like Virtus.Pro is in control, taking objectives, clear game strategy.
I'm still looking at the draft, in the graphs, and it's still like VP has an advantage, but it's nowhere near as big as it feels. I know that kind of gets offset a little bit by the effect of the Alchemist.
Yeah, like he's 2,000 gold ahead of the Weaver, but he is a worse hero right now than the Weaver.
But I'm also wondering too, like, if all this advantage is going to count for as much as it looks like, because VP can't force high ground just yet. Like, the OD has most of the net worth of Virtus.Pro. Ramses is finishing up his Lincoln Sphere now, or pretty close to it. He still needs to get something like a Desolator before he's going to do enough damage. You're like, okay, now we can push a building. And Parsha doesn't have enough survivability to actually push the issue either. In the meantime, OG look for small little farm openings. They get farm up on their cores. The Alchemist continues to farm up as well. And it's not as though this lineup is going to drop off into the later portion of the game, because even the Alchemist, yeah, he gets 6-slotted. Fantastic for him. He can still keep giving Aghanim Scepters over. So, like, OG can mount a full turtle strat if they want to.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, like you say, we need to see Desolator, probably brown boots as well for Weaver, let's say. And that's like just under 4,000 gold at this current rate of farming. It's probably going to take 10 minutes.
Derek needs to go for a blind dog Pasha. Goes for his initial stun. The storm is up quickly, but the wall was not as quick. And now the Fatal Bonds connects him with a chaotic offering. There's a glimpse dragging back S4. It releases Pasha from his Fatal Bonds. I mean, from the last two bonds.
They get no kills out of it. I think they really needed to. But yeah, as I was saying, I think 10 minutes is kind of... Within 10 minutes, we expect to see Ramses get like out of control at this rate. So that's the time that OG have before high ground's going to be pressured.
Dire's bottom tower.
Their only hope at that
25-minute
point is some kind of crazy hook into straight dismember. But you still need to trigger Lincolns for that. Up. Hotel.
That's perfectly fine.
That's a quick and easy kill. Oh, OD drops the ulti. All right, and the crush. They're too far away. Alchemist, concoction. There's not enough damage hitting into Notel. Anna tries to sacrifice himself. The improvements on the back line. Anna, too much damage with the Feather Bond. The hook away. Ramsey's timeline's out a lot of it. Remember, their fate is still sealed. They're all tied together. One more attack onto Ramsey's would do enough damage. Solo's so low. One attack maybe to the OD. The hook! It latches! And the gods in return, not only do they kill off the OD, they get the Ogre on the far lines. It's taking a little bit longer than they thought to as he imprisons up and then gets pushed away. Fly! Where's your damage? S4! No one! Going massive! An ultra kill wiping OG from the face of Dota. It was meant to be a simple wrap-up. It was meant to be OG dead and they lose 3.
Yep. This is why people generally ban this hero. He is very, very good. He does a lot of damage. He has control, and he has an ulti which takes all your mana away and does damage to you.
Oh.
Seems fair.
The Warlock was hitting him with nothing. The OD didn't even notice. Mo's going to break on Jirax. Solo around the corner. They got a little bit of help. Notel's coming in. He does not have Omni Slash, and there goes your hook with the multi-cast on Jirax. He just has to time his rot, which he can't even do. Oh, with the crush coming out. OG are just trying to turn this into a full brawler game now, after what was a very passive farming style.
Yeah, even though they got ultra killed by the OD, it was still like an okay fight. They managed to make 3 or 4 kills. Like, it seemed okay. Gold swing is obviously going to go up. But like we said, the gold graph this game very deceptive because of the power of Alchemist.
Yeah, so it's sitting at 3,000. There's a glimpse. Spin. Notel breaks free. The experience graph is probably where we should be watching, and that, for me, tells more of the story. Like, I felt like OG had ways back into this game, and then just the experience graph shoots straight up in a drastic change.
Yeah, Ramsey's not even going to go for that Desolator. Looks like he's going to be going for...
Is it Mant?
Probably the Dragon Lance.
Oh yeah, Dragon Lance will be okay, yep. Roshan's already done. They jump in, they find the stun instantly over on the punch. Concoction hits the OD. Astral Imprisonment takes the Alchemist out of the fight. Feather Bonds will connect them together, but now the rock, it'll drop down. Alchemist needs space. The Omni Slash only really bouncing around 1, but it hasn't done enough work. They survive through it all. The Fatal Bond still has them connected, so Solo will burn and die. OD, someone needs to kill this OD. Finally they will, but it's only for an Aegis. Disrupt didn't even get the kill on him. It was a denial to a neutral, and Ramsey chases down Fly. S4 has just gone away. Far, far away from the rest of his team. He knows
overall,
there's no hope on that fight.
For the second time, I think that wasn't absolutely horrible. They got the Aegis off, and yeah, 2 supports or 2 supports call for an Aegis core. It's obviously not ideal. Like, basically, Virtus.Pro turned the Aegis into a kill on Anna, and that in itself is fair enough.
It's the best of a bad situation.
Yeah,
that's what
OG are just trying to minimize the losses. But it's going to reach a point where Virtus.Pro try to go high ground, and yeah, there's just no way to make the best out of a bad situation.
I still want to watch the Weaver for that. He did finish up the Dragon Lance, so that was his item of choice.
Yeah, still no boots on him. something that some weavers absolutely...
Lil. Oh, the spin just got used from Notel. He can't TP out. They just dropped the wall and the ulti. Notel just wanted to farm and then get out. But the spin came so early that he didn't have the protection when he wanted to TP. He at least completed up his Manta style before death, so he spent all of his cash. But still a rough spot. You're getting initiation up, you got the high range hook. OG still have a decent amount of an arsenal to fight with. I just don't feel like it's going to happen outside their base. And they have to wait 40 seconds for Rock.
Yeah, it's a very important spell. You've seen in the last couple of fights, it just gives Anna a fraction of a second to get off his ulti and arm the toggle effectively. But he's so far behind, it's 20 minutes, he's just got Radiance and Armlets. Hasn't managed to progress further. I mean, it's an amazing job given how terribly the lane went for him. But is it going to be enough this game? Last game it was just enough.
I wonder if it's worthwhile for Ramses. Because like right now he's fighting under Radiance. Does he care about the mischance? Get away with going for a straight MKB? And just using the Lincolns as his only primary defense item?
I mean, it's only 17%. 17% mischance means almost nothing, but when you're a Spirit Breaker, 17% chance
It means everything.
obviously means everything. So I think that it's okay for now. He's doing so much damage per hit. MKB can be a later item.
So if he does hit, he gets something a little bit stronger with a little bit more bite.
Yeah.
Or he can just go more defensive. He can pick up a BKB and be fairly safe. Actually, then again, there's a lot of the stuff from OG that penetrates the BKB.
Yeah, I think that's the play here. Batrider ulti, Omni Slash can do damage through.
Yeah, it might be more worthwhile going for something a little bit more tanky than what he has. Irax is very much open in the mid lane to get killed. It's a smoke maneuver from VP. They're looking for a good opening. S4's hovering around. OG are in no position to fight. They're just trying to slow things down. Look for the hook. OD's well off. Now they've got a better target. It's S4. Blink, Crush, Multicast, Storm. Not the greatest overlap, and only even committing the ultimate for that one. But they want more. They move up to fly. They've got the vision for it, but they don't need that. They need the glimpse over on Girax. That's the better one. So they can go for not just 2, but 3 kills on OG.
Yeah, so earlier on I said 25 minutes when they're going to start going high ground. Looks like they've upped the schedule a little bit. Ramsey, no fear here.
He's just going all the way in.
Yeah, he wants to go back to Southeast Asia. He was the only person who went last time on the squad, back when he was on Team Empire.
He's a good man of memory. Ramsey's on the run, but Concoction doesn't do jack. All it does is trigger Lincolns, and they do some heavy damage to that tier 3. Seemed like an odd thing that like OG were in half mines. You're grouped around the tier 2 tower like you're looking to defend it, but you're also trying to spread yourself out across the jungle to farm up. Try and get the best of both worlds. Maybe get one person from VP out of position, get a kill. But VP are just 5-man maneuvering around the map whenever they're on the dire side. Now they're a 3-man group up on the top rune.
Yeah, they're looking to make a player.
They see the Weaver. Triggering that's a little bit more difficult. Ramses goes into the mid lane. Girax. Like right now, they don't see it until the hook will land. They trigger the Lincoln Spear with a Shadow Word, but it's not fast enough. S4 was pretty quick to get down there, but he couldn't lasso.
Yeah, and he's going for BKB now, despite all of the things that completely ignore that. Really surprised actually that he didn't go straight for more damage. I guess, yeah.
It's a hard choice no matter where you are right now for OG. I'm fine with Ramses going BKB.
It's literally like 4 of the 5 heroes in OG have something that works very effectively through BKB, but it is also a safe item, and this is game 5 of best of 5 series. The winner gets $12,500 at least by qualifying for ESL Genting.
Not to mention the ability to actually prove yourself on a LAN. We were talking about that previously, just how important it's going to be. The timing of this LAN event is going to be after Boston Majors, And
Just in time for the Gibraltar major.
yeah, no, you mean the Mars Crater major? I prefer that
Yeah.
one. We're gonna do with the major on a boat, right?
The last Dota event that happened on the boats did not seem that effective. All the
No, really?
I actually said a long time ago they need a, you know, with all the visa issues, it's quite funny they just do it on the boats off international waters.
That is, it would be good, but only if we had maybe like freaking Thunderbird style island. That would make more sense.
That would be a treat.
All right, VP, they're coming down the mid. She has still got a lot of push on the side lanes. Notel's taking care of the top. Gonna man-throw it up. No one's TPing back to try and contest him. And S4's waiting just in case somebody does. But the tier 2 tower's lost. Here comes that TP. It is gonna be the Weaver, so Ramses moves forward. S4 still staying. He's waiting patiently. I'm not certain what for.
Yeah, he can't kill this guy by himself, and he doesn't have a 4-staff to even break the Lincolns. So maybe he's just gonna go up and try to be super annoying.
He's just creep skipping.
Yeah.
A bump. Drag him out. Pull him in. Flame break. Start the TP. And there is no glimpse that can get there in time, but Lil was pretty damn close. But it creates a little bit of space. The top lane is going to continue to push in. This allows Anna to have a little bit more freedom inside of his own jungle. And Anna is building up. Like, he's almost hitting the 20k net worth. He's found so much space as this Alchemist that I'm wondering if VP's delay to try and at least claim one lane of these racks is going to be punished. Like, Roshan's still another 2.5 minutes off. So they can't even claim this objective. I don't want to say like, hey, Alchemist is getting farmed. They've won, boys. That's not the case. But it's giving a glimmer of hope for a team that's now flatlining the net worth advantage to VP at 7,000.
Yeah, I think it's like we said earlier. The Alchemist net worth is deceiving. So at 7,000 is probably closer to 10. But all it's going to take is one ridiculous fight from OG. We've seen it before, we could see it again. It definitely does seem like this is the VP show.
Observer will see Jirax. They're going to pull him back in again. There's no ulti committed, and then just a straight spin TP out by Notel. Taking no risks of walking back into the base.
They have no way to deal with these images super easy. It's just the OD's orb hits.
Yep. That's still not a bad thing. Concussion being prepared up by Anna. The concussion stun will actually hit all three. They fortify. Pressure coming in from the weave was a little bit too much. They hit the glyph.
If Jirax was alive, that would be a stun, possibly a kill.
3 men still into just to pull up. But then that could also force VP to come into the base. I don't know if OG even want to spark VP, try and come high ground. This slow little chipping thing works really nicely for OG as long as they can move out and farm. Anna's sending his illusions down to skip the wave out too. Like anything which stalls up, okay, like that illusion doesn't last long enough. Anything which stalls up the attack of OG, of VP, they go for it.
We'll take that.
And holy crap, Anna's got a lot of money.
Anna is a rich man, but he needs to hold buyback.
What does he buy? Like, okay, so it's still Octarine, right? Like that's where he's got to be headed.
It's got to be Octarine. 4,000 gold, and
so we see Ramses with a lack of damage, unable to really be a hostile thing to the Juggernaut. Yeah, Pudge is dead. Does Anna get the soul booster? Oh, he buys the. Okay, he just buys the Octarine. He ain't waiting. This gets pinged out by VP and they get the opening on Anna. Are they going to glimpse him? It doesn't take him all the way back. He's actually still stuck inside the wall. Prepares his concoction just in case. Goes down to the OD.
It's an all-in play, but it's probably necessary right now. Pressure is coming. Roshan is ready and they need to be able to fight around it. Time for dilly-dallying. And Fly has picked up his level 11, so he's got his second level of Chaotic Offering.
That's nice for him.
S4's got his Blink Dagger. It's just Pudge. Jirax is not being able to make as much space in this game, not being able to be effective as he can. He's still going for the Melk Award, but...
Wait, how was he's at 0-11, okay. They actually achieved that. You know what will actually be the worst thing for VP right now? Is the loss of no one. Which I'm surprising they didn't put the Aegis Immortal on him. He is worth so much money to OG that if the Alchemist does get the kill on him, or if a Juggernaut, actually more importantly the Juggernaut, if Notel can get the kill onto the OD, then this game is going to turn around straight away. Nice, oh actually no, they're going to glimpse him out. Control on no one. The Storm's going to be a little bit wasted, and now the Rock, they eye them all up, everyone is fatally bonded. The Alchemist will drop, down for 60 seconds. They need to try and keep him out. The Weaver's taking damage on the front lines. It's hurting the supports in the back, but may not matter. Now the Greaves is up. No tell. Omni Slash bouncing around. Pasha is low. The Astral Imprisonment took one out, but Juggernaut, he got stunned up and held out of the fight. So did Jirax. They've lost so many. OG have to start buying back, but they only had it on No Tail. Battle Bonds is wearing off now. I don't know if it's going to be a full 2. VP have shown a lot of restraint before, but look at Ramses. He's going in to actually pick up his Desolator. He's not envisioned anymore. They'll finish up the racks. Can they actually finish it? S4's going to try and slow him down if they can, if he can.
There's no Omni Slash on the Juggernauts. And they've still got Guardian Greaves coming off cooldown in a couple of seconds. They're going to back out, but just to be cautious.
Yeah, this is a VP, as I said. Like, they've been shown a lot of restraint. They never want to push the envelope a little bit too far to say, hey, you know what, OG, here's an opportunity. Come and kill us all. We don't want that.
Yeah, they also kind of reached that moment of indecision as they were finishing off the racks. Ramses ran forward to pick up his Desolator, and the other two just kind of stood around hitting some creeps. I think if they made like a concerted effort of going mid, they definitely would have done it, but in the end, probably a wise decision to back out.
Now they can buy up their new items. You get a fresh Vlads over on solo. No one's looking fantastic. Like Shiva's, Lincoln's, BKB, as well as the Hurricane Pike. Anna imprisoned just as they're trying to push him out. Jirax will have to go for a saving hook. Ramsey's actually body blocking it. He gets pulled in. Timelapse is out. The Crush is out. Alchemist gonna stun himself if he can't find a target. Tries to dodge it with the Mana Star, but still gets stunned up. S4 taking too much damage. No one. Is there enough? No tell starts spin. Remember, he does not have that ultimate. He needs to get distance away from the OD. So does S4. Hook back in or get on Ramses. As Dismember lasts almost no time at all. Somehow OG don't lose a single hero from all of that, and the same thing can be said for VP. Anna, okay, well maybe he's trying to make a liar out of all of us. Chemical Rage kicks in, Pasha misses the Crush as already they get the wall down. Anna did get the Chemical Rage off, tries to dodge anything with Manta. As we have ourselves a moment to think about life, universe, and everything. Kale. OG, they are scrambling defense, and it's kind of working.
Yeah.
They're fighting without Rock. They're fighting without. Well, they were fighting without Omni Slash.
But they're just so far behind, and Chaotic offering 20 seconds more. So that comes back off Lasso, about the same. They just need a hold. They just need a hold for 20 seconds more, and hopefully that is enough to stabilize for them. That's what they're hoping for. Virtus.Pro still in the driver's seat here, taking a full lane of racks, and
you look at the graphs as well.
Yeah, like look at the Juggernaut compared to the Weaver. It's like 50% more on the Weaver. And probably about 40% effectiveness more on the OD than the Alchemist.
I also want to watch Lil. Like, he can complete up the Greaves. I was actually thinking he was going to go for an Aghanim Scepter as his next upgrade. He's sitting at 2100, so hey, he can get both. But it looks like for the moment, VP are going to back out. Ramsey still has that second life. He's got it for another minute and 45 seconds. Okay, they were backing out to pick up the DD on the Weaver. Okay, that makes more sense. Now they can push in. And this will be the fight. If OG can hold this, they can probably hold anything. VP are ready to go. Ramsey showcased himself on the front lines. They trigger the Lincoln Spear. Hook shot. It misses the Alchemist. And it's down. He does have buyback available, but he doesn't have his Chemical Rage up just yet. No tell. Now into the Omni Slash. The Green Wave will soak up a little bit, and the Storm down from Lil, almost perfect. They hook shot up the OD. Need to hold him in position. Now the Rocks drop as well. Battlebond's not sticking up them, and in fact that lasso dragging OD all the way back to the tier 4 towers, but into that belly of OG. This is it. GG, well played. Virtus.Pro will be the team representing the European and CIS region at ESL One Genting at the start of next year.
Yeah, Virtus.Pro did everything right in this last game, and they somehow managed to come back despite the huge momentum swing that OG had in this series. OG dropping the first 2 games, bringing 2 back in convincing fashion, and somehow Virtus.Pro keep their composure.